Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Captain's Draft 3. We got Game 2 of Stake versus Power Rangers. Before we get into this game, we need to give a quick thank you to the sponsors that make this event possible. Private internet access, as well as 100TB and GameLeap.com. If you haven't heard of GameLeap.com, check them out. It's a really awesome site that gives you access to guides and up-to-date information about the latest trends in the meta and how to do better in your solo queue pubs. They take the best of the best, the 10K plus MMR players. They've got really good video editors to crunch down that information into quick, digestible guides, and they have 2 new guides up per day. You can check out some of their free content on YouTube, game-leap.com. Okay, game 2, here we are. Stake versus Power Rangers. I'm Sayori, joined again by Draskell and Pimp Muckle. Draskell, holy golly. Techies, first ban. I don't know what? Techies
could
actually
be a burn
scary?
Ban.
A burn ban?
Yeah, it could be a burn.
I buy
it. It's one of those heroes that could still be annoying. Like, obviously he's not as good as he used to be, but it can still just make the game miserable for everyone, and I think it's just more enjoyable maybe to avoid that entirely. But if you look at the hero pool, I see a lot of similarities in the last game. The Shadow Shaman is still there for Stake. The Abaddon is still there for Stake. There's no Dazzle this time, so the sustain's not going to be quite as good. We won't see the Cheese Death Ball again.
Third ban on Arc Warden, man. I was ready for it.
Yeah, that's pretty much every game. When Arc Warden's in the pool, he's always last ban.
I didn't want to jinx it. Every time, it's just... One game, Draskell. We're going to see it one of these games.
I hope so. I would like to see what teams actually do with him, because I'm really unsure as to how that hero fits in the game right now. Obviously, he has his strengths, and I think that if played by a skilled person, he can be pretty dominant, but I have yet to see him in a competitive scene. I would like to hopefully see that soon, hopefully in Captain's Draft even.
It is odd, though, and like an all things equal kind of game where this just outskilling isn't really a factor. Like, what's the ideal way to lane him, build him? He's an odd character. So, Undying first pick from the Power Rangers and Stake. Whoa! Okay, well, no surprise about what they're going to do this game. Visage Lycan, looking at other pushers in the pool. You've got the Witch Doctor, you've got the Shadow Shaman again, Pugna even, Viper if you want to go for some early game aggression, another Abaddon. Oh my god, they are setting up to be some dirty, dirty pushers this game.
Yeah, this is a very hard opening to deal with this hero pool. I think the best thing to do is to try to deny... can you even... deny the Shadow Shaman from them? I think they're going to pick it. That's the problem. Like, I think Stake are going to go for that as well. And then they can just have some crazy pushing power with Massive Rewards again. They won't have quite the sustain, but Power Rangers are going to take the Witch Doctor. I'm not sure if they're going to go for the incredibly strong laning route. Okay, yeah, they are. Never mind. Okay, so they're just going to go for really strong lanes, try to keep the Lycan down, most likely. Pick a good mid who's not going to lose to anything that's left in the pool. I guess like Viper and Lena, potentially the 2 best laners at not just like straight up losing a matchup right now. I think that would be a good step here for Power Rangers, because you need, like with this hero pool, you need to make sure that if Stake get ahead, well, you need to make it so they don't get ahead, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel like if Stake take Viper, that is pretty scary, because it's, of course, a great laner, it's a great mech carrier, but it just fits so well with that timing around 10, 12, maybe a slightly later. You just start taking out tier 1 towers, and if you're not careful, you can lose the game at that stage if you give them too much momentum.
The thing is, though, you could still pick Lena against it, and Lena matches up okay against Viper. One hero has the lane spam, one hero has the ability to trade and CS pretty freely, so it's not too bad. And Lena is also pretty good against heroes like Lycan. Once you get Aghanims going, you can burst them through BKB. They already have the BKB control with the Spirit Breaker as well, which is very good. That was like was that the last hero in the pool? No, it was... Tree still had some lockdown, and I suppose you could also count Naga Siren. There's the Abaddon.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is just like...
Alright, this is what you do here, Draskell. Alright, they're not going to take my plan. They take the Ember Spirit. I was going to say you take Veno and Viper, you go for a pipe first item on Abaddon, and you just 5-man after the 15-minute mark. That is tough. But they're going to go for the Ember Spirit. So they'll have a little bit of collateral here, probably your era hero to get some farms, split up the map a little bit, and have a little insurance policy in case they can't close it out with the pushing. So
they like need Lena or Viper, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
there
Lena. Okay. This is like, the way that you deal with Abaddon is you just kill a hero instantly, right? Lena's real good at doing that. Viper is much worse against Abaddon in that regard. The only reason you would want Viper is because he could potentially win the lane harder against an Ember Spirit, which is probably what Stake are going to be pitting in the middle lane right now. And also with the addition of the Spirit Breaker, it means that Power Rangers have more capability of kind of playing chaotic lanes, just like moving around, trying to make things happen. They're gonna go Morphling again. Okay, this is like... I don't know if this is a worse Morphling game than the last one, but it's close. It's really tough for Morphling, and the big difference is, when they picked Morphling last game, they opened with it. So I can excuse a Morphling not having a good game because you picked it second. But when you pick Morphling, when you know that there's going to be a Book 3 Lycan, Visage, like Iba 5-man, I don't know. I guess it's not as bad because there's no Mass Serpent Wards unless Stake Gaming go off-lane Abba and last pick Shadow Shaman. Okay, they're not going to do that. They're just going to go Phoenix. No, this is a really solid pick.
Interesting.
This basically forces the enemy team to buy BKB, even if they don't want it. Like last game, when Illidan bought BKB, and I was like, this seems pretty mediocre, it's going to be the same situation. He'll want BKB just for the Ember and the Phoenix, because the attack speed slow from Phoenix is just incredibly annoying. And plus Spirit Breaker, Lina, Witch Doctor, Undying, all four of those heroes have a very large stage in the game where they are not going to have magic immunity. That means that his team fight impact is going to be huge.
I like the way State Gaming did this. I honestly thought they were going to go a little more one-dimensional and just try to dominate the lanes and really push with the Howl and the Visage Birds and everything else. But instead, they take it more well-rounded. They grab Ember Spirit, who can still synergize with that, but also wants to split the map and farm and can handle late game. Then you got Phoenix that kind of ties their team fight together. So it's going to be a supportive bad in this go-around, and Synderen will take Phoenix to the off lane. So at least now they've got some AoE damage, some stun, and that control that comes out from the attack speed slow, like you were saying. And interesting. I like the Stake draft a little better, I have to say. I think I totally agree about the Morphling. This is going to be rocky. And PR, they burn a smoke right away in the base. So they have Illidan TP out. He puts a ward down. They smoke up top room. Why did they smoke here?
Could just be for ward vision. Sometimes a team wants to go for the information. Because PR is so predicated on winning their lanes with their lineup, they need the information on what the laning phase is going to be, and they could potentially also want to place wards.
Okay. Well, great positioning here from Synderen. He breaks the smoke. Pretty much danger-free. He's on the high ground here, scouts it out, gets some intel of what they're up to. And, of course, Seal Kid now sees Cheshire Cat charging ahead in the front. Okay, looks like PR just wanted to fight, and Synderen completely thwarted that.
Yeah, any information they could glean from this as PR would be a benefit. They want to set their lanes so that they can keep the Lycan down during the early stages of the game. Obviously, they want the Lina matchup against the Ember. That's actually pretty favorable for her. As long as Team Stake don't get the better laning phase, I think it's going to be a pretty okay game for PR. But their team composition is very snowball-oriented. Like, once Lycan gets BKB, Ember could also go BKB this game if they get ahead. It becomes an absolute nightmare to deal with.
And I really think Stake can strike very easily before this Morphling is at critical mass. Just like we saw last game. You hit it 25 minutes. Sure, Morphling has one item. Maybe he's halfway. Maybe even has the E-Blade and Lincolns. He's still manageable at that point. He hasn't taken over the game yet when you have all of these units and all that good stuff. So we'll see. Bounty runes come out, one for each side. Slicks as well as recovery. Bit of bonus gold to get things started. Anything funky about the lanes? 2-1-2 here for Stake, so it'll be Era on the Lycan and the off lane with the Visage, and that leaves Synderen now in the safe lane with Phoenix, and of course Seal Kid on the Abaddon just roaming about. Slightly different lane setup than what I was imagining.
Lanes.
Yeah.
They don't want Era down here. He already bought a TP, he's out.
Okay, yep. Yeah, good call. Faster than expected.
It has to be immediate. They just misanticipated the lanes. Like, PR, they want to lane against the Lycan. So, in Stake's mind, they probably figured that it was going to be an aggro lane.
Here we go. Undying's already rotated up.
Yeah, they want the Undying plus, one or two heroes against the Lycan, like 100% of the time. They never want the matchup where the Lycan is free farming.
Yeah, Synderen trying to buy some space here for the Lycan after pulling into the camp. Synderen needs to be a little careful. He picked up that Ring of Protection, but Phoenix notoriously low armor at these early levels, and especially with those stacks of decay. You do not want to go blow for blow with that Undying. He is scary.
Yeah, it's spooky. This is maybe one of the strongest lanes you can put together as two melee. The old Spirit Breaker Undying, very reminiscent of a patch come and gone now.
Yeah. Yeah, two of the highest EHP heroes you can have at this stage, and just the nature of decay. It makes you strong against other strong, beefy heroes, and against squishy, like in heroes, for example, it's just no competition.
Yeah.
So the byproduct of this, though, is great news for PR. Illidan getting some free farm in the safe lane, completely uncontested. He's happy as a clam, just last hitting in the zone. And Syndra will now rotate down and at least get some XP down there. Good rune control, though, for Stake.
Yeah, them actually getting both runes is a little bit surprising, but in terms of like the overall lanes and how they're rolling out, they're clearly getting the advantage in terms of farm. The Ember is getting destroyed middle lane, like just absolutely murdered right now. 3-1 versus 15-7.
Oh my god.
And
this is
exactly
tough, but
this is what PR need. If they don't have these lanes, I think Stake runs away with the game in a similar fashion to game 1.
So this matchup, obviously Lina favored, but are these numbers even more extreme than they should be? I mean, 17-8 versus 3-1 is complete domination. Oh, down bottom, are we going to see a potential first blood? Seal Kid gets pushed back. Synderen still has the dive, but Coconut follows low, but will survive no problem.
Well, maybe not quite this lopsided, but it also depends. Like, I don't know what Slick's ping is looking like right now. Like, I don't know if he's playing on like 200 ping or what. So
I'll tell you in a sec.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a disadvantage for him. I'm unsure. Top lane.
Oh, uh-oh. Dive behind the tower. Cheshire Cat and Big Num, they're ready to fight. PP on the way in. Steel Kid's here, they're ready to turn. Big Num will go one way. Cheshire Cat the other. The split's enough. See this Undying just diving the tower with the stout shield. It's rushes him off, man. It's no big deal.
Yeah, this is a really rough start actually for Stake. Like, they are experiencing the triple lane loss right now.
Yeah.
Although, I suppose, with the types of heroes that they have, they don't need to win their lanes super hard. But
there's a difference between not completely winning the lanes and just getting
mid
starved. I mean,
mid is actually just a complete slaughter.
Lina is almost a complete level ahead of him at this point. She's going to try to rotate up for the rune, and that'll give Slicks the opportunity to almost double his CS here as he cleans up this creep wave. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I suppose that's what he has to rely on. He's not going to get any outside help, really. That's the sad part. They have to put a lot of resources into protecting the Lycan, which means that the solo hero matchup and the offlane matchup are going to be relatively static. And that obviously benefits PR.
If she could have sipped the bottle once, that would have been a kill for sure. Era up top taking some damage, but Fog's there. Some soul assumption charges, no mana for it though. There we go, pops the clarity. Yeah, that was really close on Slicks. He didn't have his flame guard up. Recovery just chewed through it too quick.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can take solace in the fact that at least no one on Stake has died yet. That's good. They need to just wait it out, be patient, get some levels. Hopefully Synderen can get 6, maybe go for a gank. It sounds weird to say that the Phoenix is going to be the one ganking, but I don't really see anyone else besides Ember moving around the map. It's just too hard. Like, these heroes don't have good roaming potential at all. Visage, Abba is like the most passive combo ever.
Yeah. It really is. I mean, once the Visage gets 6, it opens up a little bit around the map, but context of your early lanes, it is painful. Now Lina is 6, so there is some real kill power in the mid lane. If Slicks is just a little too far forward, if Lina has too much mana, it's a pretty easy setup. You can see J4 in the bottom lane. He's just looking around. He's like, I know this bird is somewhere, and I want to harass him. Actually going to find Cinder. He's going to have to Icarus dive into the opposite side of the lane. It's hard for him to even just leech XP down here, let alone try to farm anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's still doing okay, though. He's level 4. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but
I guess
still not good.
Cheshire Cat's level 5, and he has more CS than a Lycan. That's not really a good sign at all, actually. That's
and
like
he was dual laning with an Undying, who's level 3. One level higher than the Seal Kid. It's bad no matter how you spin it. Here we go. Fight breaks out at the top rune. Slicks gets the Aphotic Shield. Pretty good damage on recovery. He'll try to TP home on the backside. It's Seal Kid that falls. Big Num gets credit for the first blood. That's the Undying with some bonus gold. Very nice here for PR as they do strike first.
And not really surprising. Their early game is insane. They just have the better lane dominators. They're free farming all 3 of their lanes, even the off lane. Like, okay, maybe not total free farm, but if he's out CSing the safe laner, I think you're more than happy with that exchange. It's gonna all come down to what they can do with the rotations. Like the mid and the off lane for Stake have to try to do something because the supports just simply aren't capable. They don't have the heroes to create any kind of skirmishes.
Yeah, well, patience here as we see how this evolves for Stake. Now, if you're Slicks, What item build are you thinking about? Because the latest trend with Ember, of course, is the BOTs. You can get away with it. I don't think this is a scenario where that's going to be a reality. I mean, do you just try to get anything you can, start working towards a drum, get the bracer, get phase boots, or do you go all stats? Power treads? I mean, what do you try to do to recover here?
That is kind of the question. I think that he probably won't go bots this game. It's
At
too
least
difficult.
not early, yeah.
Yeah, it's too difficult to buy bots. Maybe he just goes like brown boots, drums, bottle, something like that after he finishes the wand, which he's gonna do, I think, right now.
Yeah, that could work.
That's like the most efficient inventory that you can get that allows you to be able to fight at the same time without having to spend, you know, that money on bots that could put you farther away from anything that helps you contribute. Because he needs to protect his Lycan. Like, it sounds weird that Ember has to be the one like making the moves, but again, as we spoke about, not really anyone else can do it. So if he doesn't, and Cinderin doesn't have any big plays, it's going to be a losing battle here for Team Stake.
Well, recovery here on the Lina, moving into the fast Yule Scepter. Just brown boots into Void Stone for now. Cinderin down bottom. Ooh, takes a lot of damage, but Icarus dives away. Does hit level 5, but they're waiting for that Supernova before they start making plays happen. It's going to be a little while longer. He'll move into the neutral camp here. Push that off. Needs to be a little bit careful, though. Those bears hurt.
Yeah, it's pain.
Oh.
Alright.
God. He's making me nervous.
He's fine, dude. Not even worried. Just use the laser, Kappa. It's fine.
Use the laser. Oh, there you go. He's got his tranquil boots, so his life does get a lot easier now. Lina, though, wrapping around the tower up top. Invisibility rune on, half duration. They can be a little bit patient here. We'll take a look at Radiant Vision. They've got eyes on Fogged and Era. They know Seal Kit is up here, but they don't really have great intel. Lina will just rotate out and just head back to mid. A noble effort. A good positioning from Stake.
Yeah, I think the more time that Stake can buy for themselves, the better. Like, yeah, they're not winning their lanes, but they need time. Cinderin needs 6 for sure. He's gonna eat an adaptive strike to the face here behind the tier 2, but I don't think they can go for him.
Yeah, attempted charge mid from Cheshire Cat, but Slick saw it, just backs up. So it looks like Slicks will go for Ring of Aquila. He's got the Wraith Band already, Poor Man's Shield, Magic Wands. Getting some value items. He does have the bottle also.
Yeah, the Aquila is the same, like, same type of item as drums. You just want something that's gonna give you some value for your inventory slot. Yeah. The downside is that his inventory is pretty much full. Like that, it sounds weird, but at 9 minutes as Ember, if you go this build, you have a full inventory. Yeah. And that can be really annoying, which means that he might actually still go bots, but I don't know.
Possible. It's just who's going to make the space for him to really push around. We'll see a lot on the back of Cinderin, perhaps. Up top, we'll see Era get initiated on here. Tombstone comes down. Era channels the ulti. Tombstone just gets destroyed, but so does the Lycan. Cheshire Cat, level 6 already. As the Nether Strike, it secures the kill. Now Fogged, isolated. Slick's on his way in. They're going to go into the Spirit Breaker. He's got a charge, but can't get out on time. Soul Assumption does a lot, and Ember Spirit will burn him down with the Flame Guard. 1 for 1 up top. Lycan for SB. Not an ideal trade for Stake, but their Ember desperately needed that kill that he got.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that kill puts him not 100% back into the game, but he's on the road back now. Still comparing the CS difference. The lead is still doubling him.
And so is the Morphling. That's why I wanted to mention that. They're both the position 1 and position 2 are just doubled in terms of raw CS for PR versus Stake, and it shows on the net worth graph as well. Illidan finishes off the tier 1 tower down bottom. At this rate, he is about to have a really fast link in power treads. We may see this Morphling hit critical mass at much better pace than we saw last game.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be a... Honestly, like, I saw the Morphling and I was like, alright, this seems a little bit weird, but given how dominant the lanes were, it actually has a good chance of working this game. Yeah. Alright, Morphling chipping it to tier 2, down to the bottom lane here at Baden, still shy of level 6. Experience starting to become an issue for the Dire side as well. Witch Doctor, the only one without an ultimate on PR, and J4 is pretty close. He's getting some time in the jungle to get close to the ulti. Visage still needs to find his level 6 also to get those birds out. Alright, looks like the smoke squad's coming out. The Eels is done. Oh, Slicks is like right there. This is a very hard kill to get, actually. Cheshire Cat does have the Nether Strike, though. He might be able to catch him. Remnant is down behind the tower. LSA misses.
Nuh-uh.
I think Is it actually possible to land a stun on an Ember if he has a Remnant out with Yules? Let's find out. Well, he didn't land that one.
If you slight dodge at that time.
Yeah, but that was a mistime. Like, I mean, if you time it perfectly, can you actually hit the stun on
I want to
point?
say yes, but I'm not sure who has the ultimate advantage if you can max skill it. A couple of potential skirmishes here around the map. Witch Doctor gets poked by Slicks at the bottom rune, and Illidan's still pressuring pretty hard. He's got this tier 2 down below half health. He knows this is bad and can't really do much to stop him.
Yeah, they have no catch.
Yeah, back in the mid, Cheshire Cat getting aggressive here. Wolf scouting him out. In comes Fogged as well as Era. They're doing a lot of damage to the Spirit Breaker. He needs to charge out. He'll charge, takes huge damage, 55 HP. Stops it as he gets to the low ground in the trees. They find him. Lina and Spirit Breaker fall. Phoenix doing a lot of damage to the Lina. Very nice setup there.
Alright. That was two extremely big pickoffs actually, killing the Lina on top of that. Like, that was her fresh Yules, didn't get a kill, just dies. Gonna lose the tier 1. This is Stake getting their way back into the game.
Yeah, I was kind of tunnel visioning on the Spirit Breaker for that fight, but getting 2-0 is really good. They'll get a tier 1, as you were talking about, but Illidan did finish off that tier 2 in the bottom lane. Still really far ahead on net worth, has the ulti orb now, just the recipe away till he has the Lincolns. Charge coming in on a Cinder in mid. PR maybe looking to take another fight here. Lina's up in a few seconds. She could TP in. And nope. With that Morphling, I'll just head to the top.
Huh. Interesting they didn't actually go for the tower commitment. They had a ABBA level 6 and everything. I'm kind of surprised they didn't actually just go for that.
Yeah,
I suppose the Tombstone was too far back to where they didn't feel comfortable committing. I suppose that's a fair assessment. Just play it safe. You don't want to give anything really big away.
Yeah, it's true. So, they did force out the glyph. They'll have plenty of opportunities to push the tower again, I think.
My god, Illidan's gonna have his Lincolns at like 15 minutes.
This is nuts. He's just had unlimited space this whole game.
Yeah, his farm is insane, actually.
Here we go. J4, he walks in first. Looks like there's two fights at once. Phoenix dies to the Lina off to the side, but the fight up top, it's Fog that's initiated on by Cheshire Cat. Waveform coming in. Big Num pops the ult, and it's Seal Kid that falls second. The Death Warrior gets decent channeling, but Slicks will finish him off. 1 for 3. It's now Era on the run. His ult's still on cooldown for 10. This should be a dead Lycan. Waveform to finish him off. Triple kill for Illidan. The big man finally joins the fight, and boy is it showing. Cheshire Cat locked in the trees. Gets off a charge stun, though. Stands his ground. Dies to the Flame Guard. But Illidan starts morphing strength. Secures an ultra kill. The 5-man wipe. All 5 of Stake are down. And from across the map, PR completely dominate. Totally missed that first kill on the Phoenix, by the way, but the rest of the fight seemed to go quite well.
Yeah, he got wombo comboed.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
The Phoenix is very integral to their team fight. Like, with the Phoenix there, they probably wipe PR actually, or maybe PR don't even go for the engagement because the Phoenix is just that scary. Again, there's not really a good way for them to kill the egg. They have a couple of ranged heroes, but there's too much distraction. Like, you have Ember in your face, Lycan with Shapeshift just running at you. If you fight as 5, I think Team Stake has a decent chance of winning a team fight, and plus they have birds for killing Tombstone and whatnot, which hit obviously very fast. So there's still some chances. That ultra kill though, that ain't gonna help. That's a full Lincolns and an additional 1300 gold on Illidan. And he's gonna get this tier 1. There's no defense at all. I think Stake are just gonna Rosh instead.
This is starting to feel a little bit tough for Stake. Nearly a 5-figure net worth lead is the favor for Power Rangers, and they'll probably breach that now with the tier 1. Morphling is just, I don't know how they kill him. I guess if you hit him with a Phoenix Supernova, that's their big opening. You could follow up with some familiar stuns, maybe something like that.
Oh, no, that doesn't do shit.
I mean,
Morphling doesn't die
for
to dot damage,
here.
you know?
Yeah. No, I mean the stun from Supernova, so they can lock him down and just lay into him.
Oh god, that's even harder to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Oh, here we go. Hold that thought. That was Era initiated on right away. Oh, Laguna brings them down. Caw! Says Cinder him, but they're gonna finish him off. The Supernova won't happen. A double for recovery. Stake in big trouble as J4 channels the Death Ward on the backside. Lina dies to Fog, but it doesn't matter. Oh, or doesn't. They'll actually get the Spirit Breaker. Illidan joins the party, and all 5 will go down. 2 for 5 overall. Triple kill for the Morphling. And now the half-health Roshan is taken by Power Rangers, adding insult to injury. Phoenix Egg is bursted, and so are the hopes of State Gaming's claims on an Aegis. Yeah, dude, she's singing.
I don't actually think there's comebacks from 2 consecutive, like, completely awful fights like that against what PR have.
Morphling doubling the net worth of the leading farmer on Stake,
like
who's the Ember Spirit.
Undying has mech arcanes 16 minutes in. That was the guy who wasn't hitting creeps.
Yeah. He's got 11 creep kills and 9 assists. So, or no, pardon me. 18 creep kills, 9 assists. Yeah, he's been roaming, to say the least.
This is an extremely difficult situation for Steak now. Their Ember just doesn't have any impact yet.
Yeah.
Like, the damage that he does through Flame Guard and Steering Chains is already not good enough, and they're gonna lose their Lycan again. The Lina just solo kills him.
Oh, God. There it is. Or Lina?
He had Stick, actually.
Sound first on the other side?
Stun the wolves and then ran away.
Well, they get a trade at least.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of how much the heroes are worth, the Lina is worth way more than the Lycan, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So on a
You
1v...
know, after the broadcast yesterday, Draskell, you said you got to keep up that positivity. I'm really trying right now, as hard as I can, but
Dude, you
this
gotta
is a
be the
one.
positive one, okay?
This is a tough one. Come on, Steak. Flip it onto the grill. You can do it. Season that shit.
You gotta be the believer.
Oh, the believer.
See, the thing
Synderen
is,
still doesn't even have his Midas, though. Like,
I'm just saying, I've played too much Dota, you know? It's beaten the hope out of me. I gotta have somebody who's not played, like, thousands upon thousands of games to be there and be the guy, you know, be the naivete that I need.
I like it. Dota has broken me. All of my positivity and hope has been beaten. I'm always on the back side of the RNG, never on the front.
Dota is honestly like a bad girlfriend. Like, that's really
Kind of
what it is.
That is a great analogy.
Yep.
You know, and you know, a year later, you haven't played Dota, and you're still dreaming, thinking about that one time you got that lucky bash. Happens.
And she's still hot after like 5 years of being treated like crap.
Yeah. Oh, Spirit Breaker moving into a BKB charge on Fogged in the mid lane here. They might set it up with Mr. Dirge, also Lina on her way. Oh, cancels the charge, goes right for the Nether Strike. Yule's set up from the Lina. LSA on the Wolves as well. Line them up and knock them down. Laguna Blade to the face of one Fogged. Nice pickoff here for Power Rangers. It's just that easy.
Yeah, it's the Wombo Combo Lina, man. It was the only hero in the pool, actually, that can offer the same kind of potential for this style of lineup. I really like the draft from PR this game. I was still skeptical of the Morphling. I just think that hero is, like, any hero could
Hey,
have
Draskell,
done
I think
what
they
he did.
denied the Aegis and we missed.
Did they?
Apparently, Twitch chat just exploded with an eruption of denied retards. So I think the Aegis got denied. Pimp, do we have an instant replay of that? Because I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
I didn't even notice. I guess that's true. Yeah, good point.
JJ is backing us up.
JJ's got our back.
Fine, dude, we're fine.
That
I don't have
time
my
of day,
glasses
folks.
on, by the way, so it's all like, I'm looking at a kaleidoscope right now, boys.
That excuse, I love it. Oh, Synderen just barely lives. Illidan tries to line him up with the shotgun. Can't quite connect. Does some damage, but the bird lives to tell the tale.
I wonder what the game plan is here for Steak. What is the comeback? What is their win condition in the current state of the game?
Yeah,
I do feel like
trying to pretend like that Aegis deny mattered, but I feel like it just kind of.
Yeah.
PR is just, I mean, they have so many tools. Though it still doesn't solve the issue of this Morphling being so far ahead of the Ember Spirit. Like, there's no doubt that Ember can scale pretty well, like, as he gets huge items, but he's still not at a Battle Fury, and Morphling has a completed E-Blade Lincoln's working on his next item to just get mass stats.
They have to delay the game for an extremely long time, and even in that game, they are not 100% gonna win. You know, it's tough. Definitely tough. They are doing what they can, though. They're trying to split up the map, trying to pressure some tier 1s, get the rest of them off the map. That's going to be a nice step in the right direction for them. They can make it happen. I mean,
Era got his Necro book. That is a step for sure.
Yeah. That's the one thing about Lycan Morphling matchup that's really good, is having the Necro book like destroys Morphling, because his mana is essentially effective health as well, just by virtue of being able to convert stats.
Undying, dropping a tombstone. We'll delay the push at least. Meanwhile, Morphling.
Cacaw.
Yeah.
He did.
There was a Phoenix there.
Dire's bottom barracks are
Illidan just gonna hang around, morph some strength, you know, casually replicate back. Meanwhile, back up top, Era sidesteps the LSA. Yule's set up recovery. He's got a Laguna here. They have this. Laguna, drop it. He gets interrupted, and oh boy, double bash to boot.
He didn't even need the Laguna that. That was just spite.
Yep, that was just an in-your-face. Have a little lightning. Roast them.
Yeah, you remember last game? Yeah, it's payback. For sure. The dream. That's the ultimate Dota satisfaction, is when you play a game, and you lose to somebody, you're like, man, that guy sucks. I hope I get him again. And then he's on the other team and you win. That's the dream.
Yeah, it really is.
Or somebody on like your team is like just super awful, and you're just like, oh my god, I really hope I don't get this guy again. And then he's on the other team.
Yeah, that one feels good, but not in that same satisfying way of just like, I just beat that asshole that made me lose that last game. Oh, God. He deserved that.
Yeah.
And you know they're steaming because they have back-to-back losses and you lost out. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what it's all about, baby.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright,
when
Ember
did-
Spirit with a... He's about to have the cleave, man.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Battle Fury is... it's okay. I mean, it's gonna add a little bit of damage, increase his farm potential. He's still like 1 or 2 items out of progression, though. Oh my.
Oh. It's just not even a competition. He just... Hey, what do you do if you're Syndra? Like, you just hide? Is that basically the solution at this point?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the thing
You
is...
can't even react to it.
He did it very fast, that's true. It would be incredible to react that quickly. It was like less than a second, I think he had.
I mean, I guess at this point you buy a casual cloak, that at least helps. And then you start working towards the pipe, towards the hood pipe. It's the only deflection I can think of.
Well, I don't think he's gonna even get those items, to be fair.
Not even gonna bother. It's like if you get caught, you're just dead. Yeah, Manta's gonna be on the way next for Morphling. He's got the Yasha.
I think it's more that he just wouldn't get the money. Like, he's got Midas, but he's only got 600 gold. They're gonna try to, like, 5-man him here, and it's probably not even gonna work. Like, how are they gonna kill him?
Yeah. PR are really taking their time, though. I guess they don't have a huge incentive to risk just running up to the high ground since they're farming the map a little bit better. I mean, their lead is just going up and up. They've been consistently getting picks, so there's no reason to rush it.
There's a slight worry that the Ember gets, like, 1 or 2 more items, maybe gets to Rapier territory, and then it becomes a little bit sketchy. But that's
true.
so far off, like, they could mess up 2 or 3 times.
Cinder in. Not a shotgun this time. There's 2 fights breaking out here. Looks like Morphling's up top. We'll see the Nether Strike on Cinder in mid. Phoenix will be able to Icarus dive away. TP home. Meanwhile, up top, it's Illidan on the run, caught by Searing Chains. He'll replicate to the other side, but Fogged is there, ready and waiting. Breaks the Lincolns. Follow-up damage, not going to be there. Guardian Greaves from the low ground. Tops Illidan off. Now Cheshire Cat charging in. BOT's on the birds. It's Slicks that joins the party. Cheshire Cat, BKB, TP out. No way to stop it. He lives, and everyone on PR will survive. And Cinderin does live through the onslaught as well. Both sides. Now, Recovery, though, he wants one. Shadow Blade in. Is he going to be able to catch somebody here? He doesn't have an Aghanim, so... Here we go. Set up onto the Ember. Tries to slide a fist, takes the Laguna. Oh, God. Shotgun after. Lena loses her life, but it's a great. This Death Ward from the trees. J4 doing big damage. Fog tries to find him. Now the egg comes out from Cinder and Caw to finish it off. Oh, J4. He might live. He's getting healed up like crazy. Birds will chase him down. Soul Rip, Mech, everything else. Soul Assumption, not enough. He lives, and now Fog will fall in return. A triple kill for Illidan once more. He's now 12-0. That's it. GG. 25 minutes in, PR do it with just impeccable Morphling execution. He doesn't die a single time.
Yeah, their lanes got wrecked. Like, when you have a lineup like this that's very much so based around, not necessarily Snowball, but at the very least 5-manning, you need at least one of your lanes to do well. Like, Slicks got murdered middle lane. Top lane, the Spearbreaker was out-farming the Lycan in a 2v3. Bottom lane, Illidan wasn't even playing against a hero. He just completely free-farmed. His item timing was immaculate. There's too much going well for PR in this game for Stake to even have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.